God as a Father is our source and is our sustainer. And we looked what the word source means and the capacity which that word source comes with. And we saw God as our source. Number one, He always thinks about us. Number two, He gave us a purpose before He brought us here on earth. And number three, we saw that God gave us a design which is in line or which fits the manifestation of the purpose which He created us for. And in the part of design, we saw that God created us in the design of His image and likeness. And all that was so that we can measure to the threshold of fulfilling the purpose which He brought us here on earth to fulfill. Then after that, we saw that God gave us a vision, and then He gave us a plan, and then He gave us disciplines to live by day in, day out, so that we can fulfill the purpose which He brought us here on earth to fulfill. Praise Jesus. After that, we saw God as our sustainer. And we saw God as our sustainer ensures that He is feeding us, He is protecting us, He is supporting us, He is improving our value. And also we saw that God, when we go astray, or when we go in a way which in one way or another is drifting us away from fulfilling the very purpose which He brought us here on earth for, we saw that God, number one, He forgives us, He forgets our going away, and then He restores us to the right position so that we can continue pursuing the purpose which He brought us here on earth to do. Praise Jesus. Now, on the area of purpose, we categorically understood that we came here on earth for the purpose of dominion, or gaining dominion over earth. And that is why Genesis 1:26 and also Genesis 1:28 repeatedly said that we came here to subdue the earth, to rule the earth, to have control over the earth. Now, there's something I want each of us to understand. When we talk about the earth, is the activities or the systems or the operations which take place here on earth. Praise Jesus. Let me make it more simpler for our understanding. Now, when we talk about subduing or controlling the earth, or having dominion over the earth, is having dominion over the systems of the earth. Now, every system which is on earth is usually established because of the needs which exist here on earth. For instance, there is the system of education, whereby a young person or every person has to go through preschool, then grade school or primary school, then high school, then maybe college or university, or in whichever way you further your education or you master certain skills, you learn them. That is the system of education. Why does that system exist? Because of the need of knowledge. Human beings have a need to understand how things are done in order for certain results which are useful for the well-being of human beings can be attained. Therefore, the need of knowledge has established the system of education. Let us look at the system of spiritual matters. We as human beings, we have the need to fellowship with God spiritually. We have spiritual needs. We have to have assurance tomorrow is going to be better. That is from within us. We have to have like a confidence that even though things are not well, tomorrow things will be better. That is a spiritual need. And that is why there has to exist a spiritual system, whereby we have churches and we have the structures of those churches, whereby we have got particular centers like this center where people have to gather together and have to be fed spiritually. Praise Jesus. Therefore, every system here on earth is established because of the needs which human beings have. Praise Jesus. Therefore, God created us to have dominion over these systems. Praise Jesus. But I came to discover back in the days, like, God is not that particular person, ama Mungu venye ako. Haizi kuwa alileta watu hapa duniani, mtu yoyote, akuje kuteseka the rest of their life. Like upate venye, God is loving, caring, merciful, God is full of wisdom, yani God is all that. Akulete hapa duniani, uteseke kutoka uzaliwe, mpaka your old days. That is not God. That is not our God. Praise Jesus. Now, when you look all the people who God like who challenge themselves to fit in the line of purpose which God called them to fit in here on earth, those people, even though their beginning could have had some challenges here and there, at particular level of their life, they rose to dominion and they had control over every system of their life. If it is, for instance, about education and knowledge, they add that. If it is about money, they add that. If it is about wisdom, they add that. If it's about them being fulfilled spiritually, as far as their intimacy with God is concerned, they add that. Praise Jesus. Therefore, it is key for me and you to understand how can we rise to the place of dominion as we relate with our Father. Praise Jesus. And because it is God who created us to raise to dominion or to have dominion as we live here on earth, we have to understand it is God who helps us gain that dominion. And because we saw that God is our source and is our sustainer, I believe God as our source, He created us to dominate. Then God as our sustainer, He usually gives us every resource necessary for us to rise to dominion. And then last Sunday we said our relationship with our God the Father and with any other kind of father determines how we are sustained. Our relationship with God the Father determines how we are sustained. And I have said we are usually sustained so that we can achieve the purpose which God brought us here on earth to achieve. Bwana asifiwe.